Have you ever had things go horribly wrong in business, in relationship, and in other areas of life just because something was said that was misinterpreted or something was done that was misinterpreted, and it's cost you, maybe even cost you money, cost you relationships, and it's all because of that magic word communication. Many times we find that where communication isn't spot on, a lot of things can go wrong. In fact, a particular survey says that 70% of the mistakes at work are as a result of miscommunication, a lack of communication, or a total breakdown of communication. Hello, my name is Deji Akiemi and I'm the founder of Better Me series. It's an initiative that was developed to help aspirational individuals and organizations like yourself, fulfill the heights of expectations they have for themselves. Now, I was thinking this morning, I got a message from someone who works with me saying that something had happened, and in one of our properties, the estate management company had come and switched off the power, and so he was going to figure out what it was. And when he got back to me, he told me that what actually happened was that the electricians had been sent around with a list of flats with an asterisk beside them. Now, I guess it's typical convention that when you're given a list, the asterisk names represent those on which action should be taken, and maybe the ones without the asterisks would have no action taken on them. But either which way, there was an assumption made which turned out to be wrong. And so what happened was the flats that had the asterisks were the ones that shouldn't have their power cut off, and the ones that had no asterisks were the ones who should have their power cut off. And so the electricians mixed it up based on what they were used to, and that's how we had that problem. Now, it wasn't a big issue, but it did cost us time. It cost us money because my guy had to go down to the estate. That cost him some money on transportation and cost him some man hours as well. Now, you might have faced something that has cost you as little as it cost me, or maybe cost you a lot more. And usually this is all as a result of communication. It's interesting because a lot of people see themselves as great communicators just because they have the gift of the gab. They're very good with words. But ultimately, what makes you an effective communicator is not necessarily the words you say, but the outcomes. In the communication process, you would have the sender, the message, the medium, the receiver, and the feedback. Now, the feedback ultimately tells you whether you have communicated effectively. So, for instance, when you tell someone something, if they do what you want or what you're expecting, then you have communicated effectively. But if they don't, then probably there was a problem somewhere with your communication. And so how do you communicate more effectively? I'd say that one key thing is to clarify your objective for the communication. What is the outcome you want to achieve? There are times when I get to talk to people and they're really in the mood and they want to go talk to someone and they say, look, I want to give this person, a tongue lashing or give them a piece of my mind. And I always start by asking, okay, what outcome do you want? Are you going there just to vent and give yourself some satisfaction, or are you trying to trigger a change? Because if you're trying to trigger a change, then you have to choose your actions and your words carefully. If you go there, if you go there to vent, of course, you can achieve that by blasting the person and saying anything you just want to say. But if you're going there and you're hoping to get a response, then you would have to think about things a bit differently. So what is the outcome? When you talk to your colleagues at work, what is the outcome you're expecting when you communicate with your boss at work. What is the outcome? What is the feedback you're hoping to receive? When you have your objective mapped out, then you can now start to consider the recipient, the person you're actually communicating with. Some people respond to certain types of communication in a particular way, while some respond to that same type of communication in a totally different way. Sometimes you're talking to someone and you know that this person has the personality to take criticism on the chin and improve. And there are other people who would take criticism and based on that would almost become suicidal or moody. You need to understand your recipient. And then of course, when you understand your recipient, the next thing would be the medium. Is it going to be over the phone? Is it going to be by email, by WhatsApp, by text? Of course, a lot of factors will determine whether that is necessary, whichever one is necessary. I like to tell people that, look, some types of information are better delivered in person or face-to-face, because some things are lost in translation when you type them. And it takes a particular skill to communicate in written form without sending the wrong message. So always ask yourself which medium would be the most effective. Now, these are just a few things that you should consider when you communicate. Of course, the speed of the action, the speed of response that you expect. For instance, if you want an immediate response or immediate action, it might not always be the best time to send a WhatsApp or email message, because the person might just not read it and you might just pick up the phone. So whatever the case may be, there's always a particular medium that is necessary or that is appropriate for that situation. I just thought to share those few thoughts with you, and I hope this helps you with your communication both at work and at home. Have a great day. And if you've enjoyed this, please just follow us or just subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's just called the Better Me Series. Better Me Series, BETTERMECSERIES. Take care and have a great day.